Somaliland is ready not only to learn from the world, but to contribute to the world. Imagine Somaliland's solar and wind resources contributing to clean energy in Horn of Africa. Imagine our geological research contributing new knowledge about minerals important to future technologies. Imagine Somaliland becoming a laboratory for solutions in renewable energy, water scarcity, dry land, agriculture, livestock resilience, and climate adaptation. I was co-authored evaluating international efforts on local capacity building led by University of Bristol, which examined experiences in Bosnia, Ethiopia, Kosovo, Serbia, Somaliland, and Somalia. At the time when the world is searching for cleaner source of energy, more resilient supply chains and minerals required for the global energy transition, Somaliland should not see itself merely as a recipient of global solutions. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. When you are coming for academic communities, you have to be prepared to listen because they have a lot to tell. Also, you have to be prepared to be bored because they will bomb you facts, statistics, numbers, no jokes, no dramatization. I was looking in the room since in the morning and nobody laughed at once. And that tells about academics. So I will not take much of your time because I know by now you are all tired and all you have been filled in information. Your Excellencies, the President of the University of Hargeisa, senior government officials, distinguished university presidents and academic leaders, members of diplomatic and development community, researchers, innovators, representatives from the private sector, students, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to join you at the opening of the University of Hargeisa First International Conference. Today, the University of Hargeisa is not simply opening a conference, it is opening a space in Somaliland, a space in which Somaliland can engage the world intellectually, contribute its own experience, help generate solutions to the challenges confronting our country, our region, and humanity. The theme of this conference is both timely and powerful. Transformative research for sustainable development and global innovations and local solutions. The theme has a special personal meaning for me. Before joining politics and assuming my present responsibilities in public service, I worked as researcher. I had the privilege of contributing to international research, examining local capacity building, institutional effectiveness, peace building, coordination, particularly the relationship between international interventions and local realities. Among this work was the EU ZipCap research program on preventing and responding to conflict, in which I contributed through transparent solutions alongside researchers from the University of Bristol and other European research institutions. I was co-authored evaluating international efforts on local capacity building led by University of Bristol, which examined experiences in Bosnia, Ethiopia, Kosovo, Serbia, Somaliland, and Somalia. We subsequently contributed to international capacity building in Western Balkans and the Horn of Africa, lessons on coherence, coordination, and to the report on best practices in EU local capacity building. That research experience profoundly shaped the way I understand government, public leadership. On the clearest lesson from our research was very simple. Local context is key. The wider finding behind those 4 words was even more important. Local actors must be meaningfully involved in the planning, implementation, and evaluation of interventions intended to affect the societies. Today, as a policymaker, I see the same challenge from other perspectives. Evidence is most valuable when it can be translated into decisions, and government decisions are most effective when they are grounded in credible evidence and accurate understanding of society. This is why I believe that local ownership must apply not only the development programs but also to research itself. Ladies and gentlemen, local ownership of research is sometimes misunderstood. It does not simply mean adding the name of a local institution to the cover of a report. It does not mean inviting local researchers after research questions and methodology have already been determined. And it does not mean using local researchers merely as translators, coordinators, field guides, or data collectors, while the analysis, authorship, and intellectual recognition remains elsewhere. True local ownership begins with the formation of the question. It means that local institutions, researchers, communities, and policymakers participate in identifying the problems that require investigation. It continues through the design of methodology, the collection and protection of information, the interpretation of findings, authorship, and the communication of results. International researchers and institutions bring valuable knowledge and experience. Local researchers and communities bring language, history, relationships, contextual understanding, and knowledge of what is feasible. Ladies and gentlemen, research must also be relevant to the decisions our societies are required to make. For example, how do we strengthen water security, improve our resilience to drought and climate change? How do we increase the productivity of livestock, agriculture, and fisheries? How do we improve public health and make quality health care accessible? How do we responsibly use artificial intelligence and digital technology in government, business, education, and health? But I would also challenge our researchers to look beyond Somaliland's problems and investigate Somaliland's potential to contribute solutions to the problems facing the world. Our country possesses significant research potential in renewable energy, geology, and mineral resources. Somaliland has abundant sunlight and strong wind resources, particularly along our long Gulf of Aden coastline. Beneath our land and along our coast are geological formations and mineral prospects that require much deeper scientific investigation. At the time when the world is searching for cleaner source of energy, more resilient supply chains and minerals required for the global energy transition, Somaliland should not see itself merely as a recipient of global solutions. we should increasingly see ourselves as a potential contributor to them. This is where research becomes strategic. We need our universities and international research partners to help us map and understand these resources scientifically, to examine their economic potential, to develop technologies appropriate to our environment, and equally important, to determine how they can be developed responsibly, transparently, and sustainably. Imagine Somaliland's solar and wind resources contributing to clean energy in Horn of Africa. Imagine our geological research contributing new knowledge about minerals important to future technologies. Imagine Somaliland becoming a laboratory for solutions in renewable energy, water scarcity, dry land, agriculture, livestock resilience, and climate adaptation. Somaliland is ready not only to learn from the world, but to contribute to the world. These ambitions cannot be achieved by government alone. They require cooperation among universities, government institutions, communities, business professionals, associations, and international partners. Once again, I congratulate the University of Hargeisa for organizing this historic conference. You brought here to a conference in which so many times our people traveled long way. So thank you very much again. I welcome all our distinguished international guests to Hargeisa and to the Republic of Somaliland. I wish you productive discussions, enduring academic partnerships, and research outcomes that will contribute not only to peaceful, prosperous, resilient, and sustainable Somaliland, but also in our own way to a more sustainable world. With these remarks, it's my honor to declare the University of Hargeisa First International Research Conference 2026 officially open. Thank you very much.